Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today I'm gonna do another braid wrap or weave wrap. And I'm gonna use a couple of different colors that you usually don't see me use too often. I think we're going to use a little bit of the 9510 Pro Wrap Metallic 9510. Going to use some white again size A, 807 color fast, and then a 513 Pro Wrap color fast, kind of a avocado green, if you will, and then a Pro Wrap color fast 207, and then Pro Wrap color fast 455, which is a blue. And so what I want to do, I'm going to start laying down some of these wraps. And we'll get our spacing. One, two, three, 2, 3, 2, 3. Bam. All right, so I'm going to get that one laid on there, the center one, if you will. And then what we're going to do is come back here, and we're going to go 6 on the bottom. And so I'm primarily using 3 colors, right? That's the white, the green, and this orange color. And if you look at the title of the video, you'll see what the inspiration is here. And I don't know why I picked it. I think it was because of the colors that I decided to use the Indian national, or the India national flags colors, which is this, this kind of orange color, the white and the green, and then it's got a little blue circle inside the white. And so I thought I would try something different here, some different colors. So that's 2. And then come back here, make another pass. This will be 3 underneath that center one. All right. So that's 3. Use a burnishing tool, come back and pack that in. Again, not trying to move that center, that first thread I laid down. I'm just trying to pack these up next against that first one. That one kind of went over. It's 3, so we're going to do 3 more on the bottom. This will be 4. And so if you haven't seen any of the braid wrap videos that I've done before, you can see them here in the upper right hand corner. The first one I did here is the Mexican flag. And then the next one I'll throw up here is the second one of these videos I did in this series, which was on the Canadian flag, which was really just 2 colors, the red and the white, but you can see that up here in the upper right hand corner. And then this is the 3rd version of those videos. All right. And we'll do one more wrap here on this color, for this bottom. All right. And then use the burnishing tool. Just pack those threads as I turn the blank or the dowel. Again, not a lot of pressure, just packing those threads. That's it. And then what we're going to do is we'll do 6 more on top. And again, as a reminder, I like odd numbers. And I like for the diameter of this dowel, I like the number 13 on this. 13 wraps, like if I'm using one color or I'm doing a bunch of different colors and making one pass with these wraps. Again, for the diameter of this dowel, I think 13 tends to be a good number for what I'm trying to achieve here. I mean, of course, it could be more or less. I had less than that and more than that in both videos that I was just talking about. But I think 13 seems to be the right number for a good look for this braid wrap. And if you want to know what the rod diameter is, the spacing of these dots should be about 3/4 of an inch. Yep. So 3/4 of an inch. And the rod diameter for this dowel is 1/2 inch. So I made my spacing a little bit larger than what the rod diameter was. So now we're passing on 2 for the upper. Three. All right, that's 3. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in, excuse me, we're going to pack these threads now. All right, and then we'll do 3 more, and then I'm going to pause and just show you guys something. This is 4. Okay, that's 4. And it'll come down with 5. All right, and then we'll do the last one for 6. All right. So that's 6, and then what we'll do is we'll pack the threads. All right. Okay, so now I have that first one down, 13 wraps. Again, that is the 207 Color Fast Pro Wrap. Kind of like a sunburst orange or something. And what I want to show you really quick is let's take a look at the Indian flag here, right? So the Indian flag starts with the orange on the top, the white in the middle, and then the green on the bottom. And then it has that little accent of blue inside the white with the circle, the wheel looking thing. And so I'm trying to keep that in mind, that it's not, it's not something that runs, this way. It's it runs this way. And so keeping that in mind, I'm going to start with the second color, which is 807 Pro Wrap Color Fast, which is the white, which you guys have seen me use quite a bit. And now I'm just going to go in the other direction. And then I'm really just going to find where I want it to cross at. And I think where I want it to cross at is going to be, just looking at something right here. I think I want it to cross right there. So 1. Oops, I got to get a better angle on that. So 1. Let me start that over again. Okay, there we go. Actually, let me just... And I'll just show you a trick since I'm doing this, because I can't see where I covered that dot. If I just take my ruler, I know my spacings are 3/4 of an inch. So if I just come, I can find where that center is going to be at, and I can make sure that I'm on center when I cross that. And I can do the same thing again here. Yep, right there. And then I can do the same thing here. And this is just helping me make sure I'm crossing in my same spot. 3. And I can pretty much ballpark that one. Bam, right on the money. And that's just a technique on being able to come back and see where that one is at, where your spacing is at. So we'll go ahead and cut that. And then we're going to come back. I think, yeah, we're going to come back. And I'm going to lay white thread on the bottom. All right. Then we'll do the same thing. We'll just keep repeating that. So that was 1, this is 2. All right, and again, remember when I'm saying 2, I mean this is 2 off of the center wrap that I just made, right? Pull that tight, give it a snip. And then we'll do one more for 3. All right, and we'll pull that tight, and then we'll just pack the thread. Not a lot of pressure. Again, not trying to really move that first thread wrap that I put down, that white, that's kind of my base. I'll just come back, make sure we're good there. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down a little more tape. All right, and then come back up here again to the top. This is 4. So that's 4. And then 5. And then 6. All right, and then we're going to pack that thread. Okay, and then now we're going to do 6 more on the top. So that's 1. All right. Okay, so as you can see, this one I chose, and I kind of did this on the other ones. I've chosen to start off the initial wraps of this with the colors of the flag that I'm doing. So this is 3, and then we'll pack the threads here. And you don't necessarily need to do that. but I like to do it because it's the colors of the flag. So I like to do at least one wrap of each color in just that color. That's kind of why I'm doing that. If that matters to you, if you were curious, that's kind of why I do that. So now I'm just packing these threads. Got a little bump there. All right, and then we're going to do 3 more, and then we'll be done with the white just for a little bit here. Let me get 3 more of these on. All right, 1. And then 2. And then 3. All right. So then we'll pack these threads again. All right, and so that takes care of the white. And now I want to come in with the 513 Pro Rep Color Fast 513. Again, it's avocado if I remember correctly. I might be wrong, but I think I'm correct here. And now I'm just going to go down and make a pass. I'm going to do the same thing, 13. I'm just going to figure out what number I like. I think I'm going to go right here. All right, so that's our center wrap, if you will. And we'll go 6 on the bottom. All right, so just laying that down. That's 1. And again, if you know, when I'm wrapping this, you can see most of the time I'm not right here holding my thread. Let me show you, get here. So like most of the time I'm not choked up like right here on my thread. I'm usually out here, and that gives me better leverage when I have an extreme angle with this thread. And what I mean by extreme is that it's not like, I'm not skipping 1. So it's not a tighter or closer to a 90 degree. It's more open, outside of a 90 degree angle. And so to make sure I'm able to wrap it easily and it'll kind of stay in place, excuse me, I'm not applying a lot of pressure to the thread when I'm wrapping it, right? That's kind of the first key. And then the second piece to that is I've got that thread stretched out on an angle, or I got my hand way down here. So I've got, you know, plenty of thread that I'm working with. And again, you know, what I'm saying here is I'll start that thread and then I'll tie in, and then notice how far, see the thread is touching right here, but my hand is all the way back down here. And that helps me wrap that, especially because I'm right-handed, and when I start wrapping back this way, like when I was doing the white, that always seems, wrapping from right to left for me always seems to be just a little awkward. Not because I'm right-handed, but it's just because the angle of the thread, and it's kind of reverse wrapping, if you will. All right, so that's 3. And then what I'm going to do now is pack those threads with my burnishing tool. Again, not a lot of pressure. And I just use, there we go. Okay, and then we'll get on here for 4, 5, and 6 for the bottom. All right, so this is 4. All right, 4. Five. And I really like these colors. You know, it's kind of the great thing, you know, when you're talking about colors and what colors to use when you're doing a thread, right? When you're doing a thread wrap, there's all kinds of ways to find inspiration. Could be posters, you know, could be the color wheel, you know, it could be anything. And like in this case, it could be, you know, national flags. Okay. So that covers that one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap on the top. All right, so that's 1. Two. And then 3. All right, and we're going to pack this thread here. All right. Okay, Okay, we'll do 3 more. This is 4. Pull it tight. This is 5. And then 1 more, and then we'll put some fresh tape down. And 6. All right, we'll put this on here. I'm gonna grab some tape really quick. There we go, get some new tape on there. Same thing on this side. And then we'll pack that thread. All right, and so we're gonna pack the thread. All right. Okay, so we've got that done. Now, I know these aren't exactly close colors. I know they're not exactly close colors. I'm looking at something else, and now I'm trying to think of another idea here. So let me pick this up, and then let me see if we're going to throw a curveball here. And if I am going to use something different, and I probably should have had this ready already, but what I'm wondering is, what if I used Pro Wrap Twist 525 green? So I look at that, but then I come back and I look at my primary colors, but that's not, the gold in here doesn't really tie in, I don't think, with this one. I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. So I don't know. Let's see. We're gonna keep that off to the side. That may be a curveball we're gonna throw. So let's do this. So we just did the green. What I'm thinking I want to do is, I think what I want to do is, I'm going to go back to the top here. I'm going to add some metallic green. And again, metallic thread does not like to stick on this tape. That's the only bad thing about using it. All right, so, and then I think I'm going to come back with this, with the 5 or the 207. And then I'm going to straddle yeah, I'm going to straddle this one here. So I'm going to make a pass on the top. And then I'm going to come back and make a pass on the bottom. Wow, I kind of like this 207 with this metallic green. It's a good color choice. Gives you kind of a neat look there. So I'm done doing that. And now, so that was one. So I'm going to finish working on the top, I think. So that was one on the top of the center. Two on top of the center. Stay on there, metallic green. Stay on the tape. So this is 3 on top of the center. That's 3 on top of the center. And then, so what I'm going to do is come back with my burnishing tool. And then just pack that in a little bit. All right, and then 4 on top of the center. All right. And then I'm trying to work quick here. Keep this metallic thread down. This way we'll do 5 on top of the center here. All right, that's 5. Pull that tight. Now we're going to go 6, and this will be the last one on top of center. All right. Okay. We'll pull that tight. And then we're going to pack those threads. Oops. All right. And now we're going to come back and do number 2 on the bottom of center. Good old metallic thread, I'm telling you. Okay, so this is going to be 2 on the bottom of center. And then we're going to come over here with the 207 and do 3 on the bottom of center. All right. Pull that tight. All right. And then what I want to do is I'm going to pack these threads. Not a lot of pressure, not trying to move everything around. So that was 3 on the bottom of center. I want to come back with metallic green. Do 4 on the bottom of center. All right, 4 on the bottom of center. And we're going to come back in with our orange. Five. Oops, there we go, popped over. Okay. 5 on the bottom of center. And then we're going to do 1 last green metallic or metallic green here for 6 on the bottom of center. Okay, that's 6 on the bottom of center. I'm gonna take my metallic green and I'm going to put some tape on here because of this metallic green. All right, same thing down here, even though I got a little extra. All right, and then I'm going to take my burnishing tool. Just pack these threads, and I'm just holding the burnishing tool here as I turn the dowel or turn the fishing rod. And that just lines those up right there. And there we go. And so now we have, that's essentially the 4th wrap that we've made. So we went down with the orange, back with the white, down with the green, now back with this metallic thread. And now we can do something different. And I think what I want to do to set the conditions, I'm going to take a piece of blue. Again, this is the Color Fast 455. I'm going to take a piece of blue, and then I'm going to take a piece of white. I'm just cutting a thread. I know you guys can't see it quite yet. And by the way, so here's the blue and the white. But by the way, if you guys haven't seen me talk about these Penta Angels before, these scissors are phenomenal. I like these a lot better than the ones that look just like these that you can get from, you know, that are all silver color, whatever, that you can get from Mudhole, you know, when you're buying a kit or when you're just buying scissors or whatever. But these Penta Angels are awesome. They're super sharp. They don't come apart. They keep their angle. What I mean by they don't come apart, the cutting surfaces or the cutting edge don't separate. So if you're interested in something like that, I think you get 3 of them for $5.99. So you get 3 pairs of scissors for $5, essentially almost $6. And if you're interested in owning a pair of these, or a set of these, excuse me, there's a link down in the description where you can get them. So I'm going to take this blue and this white now, and I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to add it to my tape. There. And then what I'm going to do, now I'm going to slide this off so you guys won't see that part, but you're going to see what else I'm talking about. So in an effort, again, let's take a look at the Indian flag here, right? So we have the orange at the top, the white in the middle, and then that avocado color down at the bottom. But inside that white, we have that blue circle. So in an effort to make a wrap that doesn't look exactly like the Indian flag, but is similar, I'm going to take my blue and my white thread, and you guys have seen me do this on a previous video, but I'm going to twist my thread. And you can see down here in the bottom left corner, I'm just twisting. You can see that thread twisting up. But I'm kind of off camera while I'm doing this here. My hands are, at least. All right, now I'm going to take and rotate my rod and find my next crossing pattern like that. And now I'm going to continue to twist my threads here. And then notice when I have my threads, if I separate the threads like this, that wrap gets a little tighter, right? So I'm just going to continue to wrap or twist. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the two threads. As you can see in the bottom of the screen, I'm just separating the blue and the white. And I'm going to turn the rod. And then I'm going to continue to twist. And then turn the rod. And actually I should be right there. Right there. Right there. And almost right here. All right, and then I'm just going to pull these threads together. And we have those on there. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to come back with the white. And what we're going to do is come underneath here. And again, this one will be an attempt to really replicate the flag. All right. We'll pull that tight. So that's one. And what I'm thinking we're going to do, we're going to come in, and I'm thinking I'm going to do 3 of these, 6, 12, 18, or 4, 8, or 6, 12, 18. I'm going to do 6 of these. So we're going to do 3 on each side. then 3 here. All right, so we got 3 there on the bottom. I'm going to come back with the burnishing tool, just slightly or lightly pack those threads without moving it like that. Okay, and then now I want to come back over on the top, the same thing 3 times. That's 1. 2. And then 1 more with the white. All right, so that is 3. And then what we'll do is we're going to pack those threads. Again, not a lot of pressure. And then that set, I think, is an attempt to get the middle of the flag, right? And so now we're going to come back with the green, and we're going to run the green across the bottom, and we're going to do, I think, 6 total wraps on the bottom. That's 1. Two. And then 3 here. All right, and then we're going to pack those in. And this will be 4. Five. And then 6. All right. And so that's 6 on the bottom, and then we'll pack that in there. All right, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to come back with the 207 across the top for 6 wraps. All right. So that's 1. This is 2. That's 2. All right, and so, you know, I really like the colors that I'm using here. And I guess what that really means is I really like the colors of the Indian flag. And I like how the colors are coming out. And I know I've mentioned it already, but, you know, anything can be inspiration for colors. Again, you know, posters, you know, flags, a color of a car. I mean, it could be anything, right? But because I am doing this and because these colors work really well with each other for thread wraps, since we're doing that, I'm sitting here wondering, like, I wonder what these colors represent on the Indian national flag. And so I'm going to have to look that up. I'm definitely going to have to look that up. And so that was 3. I'll do one more since I already started. This is 4. All right, now we'll pack these threads really quick. Okay, and then we'll do 2 more. All right. And then this will be the last one here. So this is 6 white, 6 orange, 6 green, with 1 white and blue twisted one in there, for a total of 19 wraps, where the rest of these were predominantly about 13 wraps. So it's a little bigger, but not too much bigger, if you will. Then we'll just use our burnishing tool, come back in and pack these threads one last time. Okay, so that's 3 down. We've only done 2 on the way back. So we need to do something else that's going to come back down. And I am trying to think through this. I thought about using this 525 green Pro Wrap twist. I just don't know. So I don't think I want to use it. But I'm trying to think what else might look pretty good here. And I know what I want to do. And I got a great idea. So this time, I did with this, I want something metallic coming back. And so here, what I did is I started with the green, and then, so I paired the metallic green, the 9510, with the 207, right? But I started with the green and then finished, and then introduced the sunburst one. So what I'm really getting at is I started with the metallic. So this time, I'm going to start with the green, but I'm going to incorporate some white metallic and do that same pattern going back. But before I do, I am going to lay down some fresh tape here. And so I'm going to start with the green. And I want to find where I don't want to come in next to it. That's for sure. Maybe on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then we'll wrap that off, pull that tight. And then I'm going to come in. Oh, and I just realized that metallics would be, I don't want to do that. I'm changing my mind. And the reason why I'm changing my mind is I've already got metallic going essentially in this direction of the wrap versus that direction, or at this angle versus this angle. And I want another metallic at this angle, so it's symmetrical, if you will. I don't think there's a wrong answer in doing this this way, but I think I want it the other way. So that's what I'm going to do. However, I am going to do something to go back in the other direction. And I think what I'll do is I will use some white. And I think so I'll get this white on here. All right. So we'll lay down that piece of white. And then I'm going to do one more on the top. And then we're going to do one more on the bottom. And I think what I'll do is make that a fade. So I'll do a fade wrap with these 3 colors. And I think that will balance out with this one, a different version of that one, if you will. So we'll do 3 of the whites. So there's 3 total white. And I can reuse this piece of green that I just took off. And we will come across the top. Nope. We will come across the bottom. No, I want to flip it over. We're going to come across the bottom. And the reason why I'm flipping it over is I already have the green, white, orange. So now I want to rotate it. So I have orange, white, green. Or excuse me, green, white, orange. Again, so it balances out the wrap. And another reason is so it'll look like the India flag regardless of the angle you're looking at it from. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to come back with one orange, and then I'm going to pack these threads, but this orange is going to be on the bottom. All right. Okay. Now I'm just going to pack these in a little bit. I'm really not trying to move these at all here. And I know I just did. But when I come back from the top, that should help me get it back in place. And then I'll just come back down this way. Okay, and then we're going to take one white and we're going to come across the top. Actually, we're going to do 2 whites up here. And we'll do another white across the top. All right. Pull that tight. And then we're going to come back with 2 of the greens across the top of those whites. All right, we'll do one more. All right, and then we're going to pack these threads. Okay, and then we're going to come back with 1 single white. All right, pull that tight. And then we're going to come and finish that top part with 3 wraps of the green. That's 1. And 2. All right, and then we'll finish up 1 more. And that is 3. All right, that's looking pretty good right there. And then we're just going to cut that. And then we'll burnish this, or excuse me, pack the threads with our burnishing tool. All right. Now we're going to come back with 2 wraps of the white. that's the first one. Oops. That's the first one. This is the second white thread on the bottom. All right, and then what we'll do is we will pack those white threads, and then we're going to come back with this orange / sunburst color, if you will, 207. And we're going to do 2 wraps with this one. And then what we'll do is we'll do one more white one. And then after this white one, we'll pack the threads and we'll put a little bit more tape on here. And then we'll pick back up on that metallic wrap that we were going to start initially. But here's just a single white thread. All right. And then we'll pack these threads. All right. And then we're going to finish that off. I'm going to just clean up a little bit here. Got that green thread set aside. And we're going to finish off. But I want to put some tape down. And then we're going to finish off the green portion, if you will. So just bear with me. Or excuse me, the orange, the 207. Just getting this extra tape down here. Okay, so now we're going to do these last 3 wraps of the orange. Okay, that's 1. And this will be 2. 2. And then one more. All right, that's 3. I'm going to cut that. Again, burnishing tool, pack these threads. All right, and then that's it. And that's where we're at so far. Now what I want to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to start with the orange this time, or the 207. Let me get rid of this other piece of thread there. I'm going to come back with the 207. And this was where we were talking about the metallic thread. And so I think I'm going to drop it in. I guess I got to drop it in here because this will be the 4th one going down. 1, 2, bam, bam. As you were. I need to go back the other direction. So I'm going to come back up here. And then we're going to drop this 4th one in here between, right here. All right. So that's 1. Pull that down tight. And then we're going to come back with our metallic white. And I'm going to sandwich that orange both on the top. And the bottom. Let me get that set here. So that was 1. Go back across the top again. And this good old metallic thread not wanting to stick to the tape. Okay, so now we're going back down 2. All right. And then the white thread will be 3. And I'm counting off of my center thread that I did. So this is 3. Now we're coming back with 4. Oh, man. It got popped loose on me. And now I have to find where it's at. Unless I can move it back over. No, it's too loose. Okay, so we're going to peel this off, and then we're going to redo this. So this is 3. This is 4. That's 4. And then this will be 5. This is 5. And then the last one for the top is going to be 6. All right, and that's 6. I'll tighten that up. Cinch that down right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our burnishing tool, and we're just going to come back and lightly pack these threads because of that metallic white. It's really kind of elastic, which I've mentioned, in previous videos. That stuff will like to pop over your other threads. So I'm just lightly packing these threads like that. And then what we could do, clean this thread up here a little bit. And then we're going to come back now with, if I can get this set up here, the white thread on the bottom. We're just repeating what we did on the top there. And I am trying to get this metallic thread to stay. I'm going to put a little extra tape on here. All right, and then now do the same thing underneath. So this is 2. So that's 2. And then now we'll do 3. All right, that's 3. Pack that, and then we're going to come back in with our burnishing tool. All right. This will be 4. So that's 4. And this will be 5 with the white. And this will be 6. All right, and that is 6. So now what we'll do is we'll pack the thread again. And that is why we're very careful, because that red metallic thread will pop right on out of there. So it's not a lot of pressure when you're doing this, when you're packing that thread with that white metallic thread. Okay, so that takes care of that. And then we just have one more thing to come down and do. And I'm trying to think on what it is we want to do with that. And I think maybe I want to do a little bit of blue. Not a lot of blue, but I think I should have a little bit of blue come back down. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to I'm just going to do, I think, a pass of blue here. All right, so I have that one pass of blue on there. And then, again, I don't want a lot of blue, but I think I want to do a different version of this one here. But I'm trying to think like how I could, like what colors would be okay to do it with. Do I replicate this one here and do it with that in there? I think maybe that would be a way to do it. So I have decisions here. I think we're going to do one, and then I'm going to cut a piece of white and cut a piece of blue. And then what we'll do, pair these up together. And then we'll come down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist these like we did before. And we'll choke up on these, and I'm going to come across the top. And then we're going to do this again. We'll continue to spin these around. And essentially, I am debating on doing either a saw blade or like a JTOB, an olive branch. And it's the angle here a little bit that I'm working with. So I'm going to kind of come over here, and as I twist these threads, all right, and then we'll just wrap these off and then cut them. All right, and then we're going to do this same thing one more time, but this time on the bottom. And we'll go back up here, get these started. And then, of course, this time on the bottom again. And I'm going to spin these in the same direction because I think I'm going to do, I was thinking about doing an olive branch, but I think I'm going to change my mind. And I think I'm going to do a saw blade. So I'm going to twist these in the opposite direction. As you were. I am going to twist these in the same direction. and then twist and turn. All right, I know it's a little quiet here. I'm just spinning. Ah, man, I'm just spinning. Spinning this rod or this thread. I will work it down towards the end here. All right. There we go. Sorry. A little technical difficulty there. All right. So that's what we have. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up here again with the white. And I'm going to make a pass on the top. All right. And then we're going to do that again. Make a second pass on the top. All right. And then we're going to make one more pass on the top up here. And this will be 3. And actually, I think I'm going to do a few more than that. 3. If I go 4. 4. And I'm going to do one more. This will be 5. And I'm setting this up for 13 total wraps. So this will be 5. The first blue would be 6. Or the first blue and white twist one would be 6. And then that blue would be the initial one, right? There we go. Love how that design starts to come out as you add more thread to it. All right, so now I'm just going to take my burnishing tool. I'm just going to just lightly or gently pack these white threads. Along the blue there. Okay, so now we're going to take our white thread and now we're going to come down across the bottom. For 6 more wraps, or actually 5 wraps. So that's 1. And 2. All right, so that's 2. All right, and then now we're going to come down here for 3. All right, that's 3. Four. That's 4. All right. And we'll do one more. For a total of 5 of these, which will complete this wrap. All right, that's it. And then we'll take our burnishing tool and just pack the thread. All right. And that's it. And that is a braid wrap or a weave wrap that, with the colors from the India national flag. And I think it's a pretty good job, a pretty good representation. And again, just a different way to be creative. And if nothing else, I think I've showed you that these three colors are really the four colors, including the blue. But again, the 207 Color Fast Pro Wrap, the 807, which is the white Color Fast Pro Wrap, and the 513, these three colors go together very well. And you can easily incorporate metallic colors like 9510, which is the green, and then the metallic white. You can incorporate those easily with these on any wrap. It doesn't have to be India themed, but again, you can see that these colors do really well together. So I hope this helps. I hope that you were able to get something out of this video. If you did, please hit the like button. Help the algorithm find and show the video to others that may be looking for something like this. And feel free to share the video with someone that you think may find the video useful. As always, I truly appreciate your guys' support. Make sure you watch this next video here. And until next time, guys, take care. Bye.